Special events have been held this summer to commemorate the passage of the 19th Amendment, giving women the right to vote. And as our Jack LaDuke shows us, the celebrations this summer not only paid homage to the women's suffrage movement, but one of its heroes from here in the Adirondacks.
The crowd in front of the U.S. White House was shocked to see a beautiful young woman dressed in white riding a towering white horse down Pennsylvania Avenue. She was followed by thousands of women resurging their right to vote. The timing was right. Just one day before the inauguration of President Woodrow Wilson, March 3, 1913. Inez Mulholland of Essex County, New York, was the impassioned crusader on this steed. With the inauguration a day away, the Capitol was crowded, adding to the suffrage viewers.
There have been a lot of great things happening with Inez Mulholland in the last few years, and it's been so wonderful to see attention raised across the nation, really, about Inez.
The recent Champlain Valley suffrage gathering was made possible by grants from the Great Lakes Fishery Commission and the Lake Champlain Basin Program. The rally took place on the 100th anniversary of women's suffrage approval by the U.S. Senate in August of 1920. It created the 19th Amendment, something to celebrate about. But COVID postponed the local rally last year. This year, the women were ready to march forward.
Now, before we can do this, I need to inspect your brooms.
Restaging a drill that the suffrage campaign originally performed, today's women performed a broom brigade, marching around the Lewis Congressional Church in tribute to the Centennial. To meet more people on the suffragettes' early campaigns, they used the automobile instead of the horse and carriage. They found it faster and a lot more comfortable.
I started trying to picture how you have a woman in her 20s just about giving up everything that would be fun and things to do and traveling around the country advocating for the woman's right to vote. By herself, taking on lots of chances, actually subjecting her health to adverse conditions, and dying at the age of 30. It's commendable, and she was one of the many suffragettes who advocated for the right to vote. And actually, it's my time in the legislature, I had the opportunity when we did Mount Inez to be able to explain who she was and what she had accomplished to the state legislature.
That accomplishment meant officially renaming a mountain near Inez's Meadow Mount home, calling it Mount Inez. The suffrage rally moved on to the Vermont-New York border, where the gathering of suffragettes walked over the Champlain Bridge from Addison to Crown Point in a symbolic gesture of unity.
I think we've also started something. I feel like we've laid down a foundation that we can build on. My dream is that eventually we will create kind of a women's history suffrage trail through the Adirondacks and maybe even partly into Vermont here.
Inez Mulholland is buried in the Lewis Congressional Church Cemetery, where prayers were offered and flowers laid on her grave. For Mountain Lake Journal, I'm Jack LaDuke in Lewis.
Jack LaDuke's Adirondack Journal on Mountain Lake PBS is brought to you by Northline Utilities.